Hi, what's up? My name is Campbell Roper, and this is an everyday makeup how-to guide. So in this video, I show you all of my favorite products and how I use them to achieve this everyday kind of minimal makeup glowy look. A lot of people might not think it's very minimal, but it's not very minimal, but it comes out to where you look like you're not wearing that much makeup, but you kind of are. But it all looks natural and it all looks simple. In this video, I show you my favorite products, the prices of the products, the tools that I use to apply them, anything that's comparable to it at a lower price, or just what I also use but didn't use in the video. I definitely love makeup so much. The makeup world is saturated with products, and so in this video I show you the products that I love and the products that are my tried and true ride or die products that I use every single time I sit down to do my makeup. So if any of that interests you, stay tuned.
First things first, I just like to get my hair out of my face. So I start off with Cetaphil moisturizer. I really like it. I think I got it for $13 on Amazon. It's really great. Moisturizer is really important. It just locks everything in your face. Dry and oily skin alike combination. Everybody should be using moisturizer. Make sure to get your neck because that matters as well. Next, I use primer. What I'm using is Nivea Post Shave Balm. I think I got it for like $7 at Walmart. It's great. It has a glycerin base, so that's going to make all your makeup stick. See, my hands are sticking to my face. Next, foundation. So I use the CC Pear by Dr. Jart Camo Drops. So I like to let my freckles show through foundation and stuff, so this is a great way to even out my skin tone and to see my freckles. Another foundation that I really like is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting 2-in-1 whatever. I really like, but see how like it just makes my skin look really glowy. Next, I use concealer. I use the Maybelline Fit Me and the Maybelline Age Rewind. They're great. They're from the drugstore, super cheap, about $6 and $8 I think respectively. Yeah, they're really great. So one thing that I really like to do to make sure that my concealer doesn't crease, because I do have creasy under eyes, I dry it after I put it on. So here in a second you'll see me fanning my concealer, and that is just so that it isn't really wet when I blend it in with my beauty blender. And I've really found that this reduces creasing like almost 100%, and in the past I really had a problem and an issue with creasing, but not anymore after I do this. So if you have an issue with creasing, I would suggest drying your concealer. So I use a damp beauty sponge to blend in my concealer. I think it does a great job of just blending everything in, making it look flawless. So this Real Technique sponge I got at Walmart for like $5 or $6. It's comparable to the beauty blender. I've actually never used a beauty blender, fun fact. It's $20, and I feel like this does a great job, but I wouldn't do anything other than this when it comes to drugstore, just because I've never tried anything else. But yeah, the Real Technique sponge really does a good job at blending everything out, making it look flawless, and leaving you with no lines. I think that's very important. So I set my under eyes with Laura Mercier translucent powder. This also reduces creasing, and then I bake as well. So baking is just adding excessive powder under your eyes, and essentially the heat, your body heat, cooks the concealer. So the powder and the concealer, or the powder and your body heat, work together to cook the concealer and just make everything to where it's not going to move. And that's what you want. You don't want your makeup to budge. So yeah, I just go around my face setting every place that has concealer on it, every place that I put concealer. And I just think this is a very important step. So if you have dry skin, it kind of dries out your skin, I'm not going to lie. But from a distance, like from like a foot away. You really can't see it, so it's not really that big of a deal. So take this Morphe brush. I'm pretty sure that's a Morphe E6 brush. All these brushes can be found on Morphe.com, and if you go to the Jaclyn Hill section, this is from her brush set. So all these can be found on Morphe's site, Morphe.com. But yes, this is just a big fluffy brush, big powder brush. It's very helpful. The biggest thing that you want to do is set your face so that when you put other powders on top, they don't skip around and it's just flawless and smooth. Next, I use the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. This is a pricier drugstore item, and I just use a Morphe brush as well to blend it in. This is a great brush. I really like it for bronzing. It really just covers area and just bronzes the face. So yes, I use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It is a little bit more pricey because it's from the drugstore, but it's about $13 or $14. But man, I am telling you that it is worth your penny. Like, I've never used a bronzer this great, and I've used not a lot, but I've definitely, I like it better than the Benefit Hoola bronzer, which is like a cult favorite. Everybody in the makeup world really enjoys it, but I like this. I love the color. I think it's a really great neutral tone. I don't contour pretty much at all unless I'm just like doing like a nighttime look. I don't know. I just really like to bronze. I think it adds really good shadow, a really natural shadow. Don't go overboard. So yeah, when you're bronzing, you just want to hit the hollows of your cheeks. And then, and you don't want to go too low, but I'll show you a trick later if you go too low. But yeah, you just want to hit the sides of your nose as well. Just everywhere where you want a shadow to be, you just want to hit it with bronzer. But if you go too low on your bronzer, all you have to do is take the same Laura Mercier powder and just draw a line under your bronzer and let it bake there for a minute. And you wipe it off, and it's a perfect little line, and your mistakes are covered. So next, I use the Jaclyn Hill Holiday Palette. This is no longer available. I take a Morphe brush, and I highlight the tops of my face. So, high point of your cheekbone, nose, I like in between the eyebrows. I think it's a really good look. I go on my chin, Cupid's bow, which is above your lip. Sometimes I hit my forehead and wherever else. Then I take another Morphe brush and I do blush. I just did this middle color, like a light, well, like a brownie rose type color. I think it translates really pretty on the skin. And then I just hit the apples of my cheeks and just go up my cheekbone. Is that your cheekbone? Don't know. You know, y'all saw it. So then I'm just dusting off the bake with the same Morphe E6 brush. Love that brush. So then I take this Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12 eyebrow brush, and I take a L'Oreal brow pencil. And this is a technique that I really like to do. So I just rub the brow brush on the brow pencil, and then feather it into my brow. So I think this creates a very natural brow look. I like the consistency of the brow pencil, but I don't like the way it just applies as a crayon. So I like to take my brow brush and rub it on the crayon part of the pencil and then feather it into my brow, and I think it just creates a nice feathery brow. I really like the consistency of this pencil, but again, I just like a more natural look for my brows because I feel like they're already thick, so I need to have a more natural look to them, which I don't know if a lot of people would think they look natural, but I don't really color outside the lines too much on them, you know what I'm saying? So, they're pretty as natural as they can be. So now I use brow gel. I use 2 brow gels. I think they work together great. One is drugstore, one is not. One is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. That's the silver packaging. And then the other packaging is L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper. So the Anastasia Beverly Hills is $23, and the L'Oreal is about $8. One can be found at Sephora, the other can be found at Walmart. This is the Naked Basics palette. And I just like to use a highlight shade and highlight my brow bone. You can use any light powder that you would like just to highlight your brow bone. I don't know if this is just necessary, but I really like the way it makes my brows look. So I just go under my brow, line it with a precision brush from Morphe, and then I like to go along my inner corner as well. So eyeshadow, using a Morphe brush again. A tip, if you're running late or if you're just doing a minimal makeup look, use bronzer for eyeshadow. It saves a lot of time. So I just run it into my crease and then just all over my lid, just to create a wash of color. I think it creates a sense of cohesion with your look if you use the same color on your eyes as you did like for your bronzer. And then I just go over my nose and up my bridge of my nose, and or sides of my nose. One of the last steps, setting spray. I use 2 setting sprays, a glycerin-based setting spray and Urban Decay All Nighter. I don't know what the base of it is, honestly, but I know that it does make your makeup last all night. I think they work great together because the glycerin makes all the powders just melt together on your face and just really makes it flawless. And then the Urban Decay All Nighter sets it all night. Mascara. I love the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I think it is great. It is at Walmart. It's about $9. It literally does wonders for your lashes. I mean, I already have pretty long lashes, but people ask me if I'm wearing falsies when I wear this mascara, so I love it. I lied. This is the last step. Marc Jacobs lip gloss. You don't have to spend $30 for a lip gloss. This is just one of my favorite lip glosses. Whatever you would like to put on your lips, do that. If it's just chapstick.
But yeah, this is the completed look. I really hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you learned something from this. I'm definitely not like the most knowledgeable about makeup. I definitely have so much more to learn. By trial and error throughout the years, over the years, I've definitely learned what works for me and what doesn't work for me. So yeah, good luck on your makeup journey. I wish you the best. If you'd like to recreate this look and show it to me or just reach out to me with any questions, my socials will be right here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.